Hi, for those who are just really watching this series, hi. It's been a long while since I've done one of these and still using my source material, which is always good. But yeah, I thought it's about time I carried on with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights information, and so I wanted to share that with you, obviously with glasses, as mentioned in the last video, because I need to read. If you haven't seen those videos already, you can get the first part there, and the second part there. So yeah, just click on those, and they'll take you directly to the first and second ones. The first one is a lot of sort of setup and I don't cover much off. The second one's really quite a good plough, and I'll see if I can do the same for this one. So without further ado, we left it before at Article 10, so now Article 11, which is a big one. I think that's why I left it there, to be honest. So here is the two parts then, really. Obviously the first part, as we sort of left off with the last one almost, everyone's sort of entitled to a fair trial, but this is the old innocent till proven guilty, which a lot of the time I see it kind of going the other way. Now that might be just my experience, but I have seen far too many situations where it's actually seemed quite the opposite to that. So yeah, Article 11, subsection 1, quotes left, right and centre if you've ever been affected by that. And then the second part is where it gets a bit weirder, because it's basically saying, well, say tomorrow having glasses became a criminal offence. If I stopped wearing glasses as of that point, they couldn't go, I've seen that video after the point. Well, yeah, but I wasn't wearing them at that point. Which is quite fair, really, because you can't be guilty of something before it's something to be guilty of. So you are entitled to your own space. This is where things such as, for example, landlords having to give you notice before coming in to the property. This is why that's there, basically, or at least from my understanding. As I said in the first video, I'm not legally trained. I'm coming at this from someone who's perhaps picked up bits of knowledge, and then this is my interpretation. So any corrections are more than welcome. So yeah, that's the right to privacy. Basically covered off, and the attacks to honour and reputation are kind of, that's where you're coming more from, like slander, libel, defamation of character. Those kind of angles are really what's covered off there. And obviously the last bit is, if someone does it, then it's the law's duty to step in. Don't go all vigilante. Pretty straightforward, even though it is two parts. It's basically saying you can, sort of go where you want. Really, the country, the country boundary is not your limits. As a human being, you're not required to stay in the town or city or country that you were born in. I'm actually currently investigating this in detail with regards to passport costs, because the fact that they're so high could be a limiting factor to the second part of this, sort of section 2, if you will. So I'm kind of curious about that one, because if they're inhibiting it in too great a way, it could be an issue. So I'll let you know how that one goes. Article 14, it's right to asylum, really. If there are political regimes and oppression